Hello and welcome to On the Kerbs. I'm your host, Team Albus Daily. Joining me this week is Veloce Extreme E driver Lance Woolridge. We caught up recently to chat about what it's been like jumping into Extreme E, how it is having Christine GZ as a teammate, how much she's enjoyed being part of the Legacy project so far, and much more. So without any further ado, let's just get straight into it, and I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hi Lance, thanks for being here today. First of all, how are you?
No problem, Timo. Good, and you?
Not too bad, thank you. First question I like to ask everyone I chat to, what first got you into motorsport?
What first got me into it? I grew up with my dad racing. Before I was born, motorcycles, and then when I was born, race cars as well. He got his South African colors for both. So was always sort of just a fan of motorsport and grew up all around it.
It's always in your DNA.
Yeah, I think so. Myself and my brother always had the opportunity to race. We had motorbikes at first, and then we progressed into cars. So yeah, I've been very fortunate.
But we're here to talk about Extreme mainly, which you joined at the end of last season. What was it like jumping in for the final round?
It was very exciting, I must say, to get the opportunity to showcase myself. I was very grateful for it. I grabbed it with both hands, and I was very very happy with the pace that I had there. So yeah, and Veloce was seemingly happy as well. So that's
fairly happy you got to come back for the season. So
yes, yeah. So that's worked out well, and I hope I can reward with that for some good results this year.
So what made you want to join Extreme in the first place then?
I think it's a new sport, an exciting sport. Something I fairly believe very strongly in, sort of motorsport sort of pioneers in technology, and see it often in Formula One, what they are experiencing doing and the tech that they're using filters down into cars and passenger cars down the line. And I'm 99% sure we're going to see that with Extreme as well. All of the things that are testing and being done there will filter down into passenger cars. So sort of pioneering the way, and to be a part of that is quite unique.
Especially with Extreme H announced for a couple of years' time as well, getting the hydrogen side of things up and running.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show that they're pioneers in what they're wanting to do, and they've got so many great ideas for motorsport. And it's about captivating an audience to then, showcase and educate on the environmental side as well. So it's not just the technology that we're using, but then also what they're able to educate all the viewers at the same time.
Always say that if the racing is good, it's a lot easier to tick all the other boxes and get people interested in these other side of the sports as well. So it's very much proven that something Extreme has done some brilliant racing so far in the season.
Yeah,
that we've had.
Exactly. It's super exciting. I don't think there's any races that have been boring. It's with the cars on such an even level. It's really close racing, and there's a lot at stake in each race. So everyone throws a kitchen sink at it to get the good result.
Which you could kind of describe as what GC did in Saudi. She definitely threw the kitchen sink at it, and it definitely wasn't boring, but it didn't go to plan quite for you on the team there. But what do you think is possible in Sardinia? Because we've got the double header coming up soon.
Yeah, I think Shane, she had just an unlucky incident, to be honest. That corner caught me out a bit the previous.
So the speed up to that point from her and yourself was quite mega. So it was just like you say, it's extreme for a reason.
Yes, and we as a team are very very confident in ourselves and our pace. And we just need to make sure that we get the car to the end to be able to show that. But I think if we look at all of our timings from Saudi, we definitely right up there. So we just need to focus and ensure that we we get the car to the finish and look after it, which is, going to be critical with it being a double header as well. We need to get through both races and get some good points.
And I mean, you can see, using McLaren as an example from Saudi, how quickly your fortunes could turn. They thought they were out and gone, and then they find themselves in the final, and then it still does another sting on the tail, and they're out then. So you never know quite what's going to happen there. So it's, as much as it is yours and Christine's skill behind the wheel, there is that unfortunate element of luck, and hopefully that'll turn around a bit now.
Yeah, there is. You got to never take anything for granted and never give up. Just keep focused and keep fighting on every session that you're in. And as long as we can say at the end of the weekend we've done our absolute best and minimized our mistakes, then what result comes from that, we couldn't really do any better.
So would you say that it's more of a case of extreme of the drivers versus the track, and if you happen to beat other people, then that's a bonus?
No, I think it's a case of such high levels of competition and such fine margins to get the results, and those being the difference on coming first or fifth in a round per se. So I think it's sort of, the whole thing is fragile from the point of view that it's just fine margins and such a high level of competition with 10 teams all wanting the best result.
Definitely. Okay. I thought it'd be worth testing to see why you say that. So how is it having the ball of energy that is GZ as your teammate?
Exhausting. No, I'm kidding. It's very nice.
You're saying because she's not there, right?
No, she's got a great attitude. She's a very, very nice girl to work with. She's fiercely competitive, which is very, very, very good for us as a team. We want the results, and we as Veloce are not there to just make up the numbers. And that's our focus this year, with myself and Christine to get the results. So yeah, we get on very well. We had a team bonding and preseason test in Dubai just before Saudi, got to know each other. And that helped a lot with just, getting to know each other and settling into the season.
Do you have any rituals you do before the race, or is it just the same moment as helmet and visor down and then you just go for it?
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone's got their own little routines just before actually getting in the car. But as a team, we're pretty systematic in what we do through the weekend, through the sessions, the track walk and everything, and leading up to actually going out on the track, and then building up in your sessions to, the ones that matter.
And so we were saying earlier that the racing is just one element of Extreme E, because there's the Legacy project as well, which are very important and kind of the whole point of Extreme E in a way, as much as the technology is also a big important factor there. How have you enjoyed being part of those so far?
I have. I've learned a lot in each one. I've personally only done two so far, being the Dorset and the one in Saudi, but just in those, I've learned a wealth of knowledge, and I think what you see a lot in Extreme E, and certainly myself and within our team, what we learn, taking back to friends and family and just sharing the knowledge and spreading the education. And I think that's what Extreme E is about, is this awareness. So it goes to a large audience that are watching the race, but then in our own way and changing our little things in our lives, we're able to, make that difference and educate a bit more as well.
So some skeptics always assume that you just do it for the cameras and that you don't actually go and get involved there, but all of you have proven that no, you go and get your hands properly dirty and get involved with it. So it's that extra thing that no other motorsport really has in itself. And like you say, it's that extra layer of learning by doing that then encourages you, even if you maybe didn't necessarily learn as much as you thought you would, you've still got this story there that you can tell other people, and then that trickles down, like you say, and it's just another unique way of getting more attention on these issues.
It is, exactly. And I mean, testament to that is now when the Senegal round was meant to be, Kevin, Katie, and Christine went back to Senegal to check in on the Legacy project from last year. So it's again, it's not just we go to the race, do the Legacy project, and leave and forget about it. It's very nice for us to be able to go back and, like I hope I can go to Saudi next year, and the trees that we planted this year, I can see how much they've grown, so it's nice to see the continuation as well.
And as well, it's the same with Brazil in season one. We couldn't go there in the end, and then Sarah Price, she flew down and did some of the Veloce project stuff there. So it's showing that, okay, it does look great for publicity and all the rest of it, but that's just kind of a bonus, really. You do all genuinely care about that side of it and want to get as stuck in as you can.
Exactly, 100%.
So we've obviously been to a good few different places so far on the Extreme calendar, but where would you love to see them go racing in the future?
Sure. I know everyone really enjoyed the Iceland race, Greenland, sorry. So something sort of Arctic-y would be really cool. I think it would be something, yeah, something really different, and a challenge from a technical point of view on what the cars can handle temperature-wise, and things like that. And then from my personal point of view, something sort of in Southern Africa would be really nice. There's a lot of droughts specifically in a lot of the countries down there. So, and there's some fantastic terrain as well. But there's a lot of environmental problems in the world. So, it's wherever it suits best, to minimize the footprint of the whole championship, obviously.
If you did go somewhere cold, maybe Sweden, the Hansons will rent a room out for a few of you, would you then do what the Americans did and camp out on the ice, or not for you?
Yeah, I'd love that. I love outdoors, go hiking and things like that in South Africa and camp out. So yeah, I'll definitely be into that.
Now. Can't get away from it if it happens.
No, that's no problem.
A couple of fun non-motorsport related questions to finish off. What's something that people don't know about you?
Probably that I love to cook.
What do you like to cook, or everything?
Just everything. I like sort of fine dining, good high culinary type food. So yeah, I really enjoy time.
You cook for any of the drivers?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You've got a signature dish in there, or just you like to play about it and just experiment a bit?
Yeah, just in general. I've got a good slow cooked lamb shoulder that I like to make. But that's just a good Sunday meal.
I'm going to say it better be on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Final question. What futuristic thing do you wish existed right now?
Futuristic thing? Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. That's way in the head, I guess, but time travel would be pretty cool to be able to rewind a bit or go in advance. But
is there any way you're thinking of in particular when that comes to mind, or just you like the idea of it?
Just to be able to rewind races if they don't go well. No, I don't know. It's just
really.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Time travel. We might as well go big.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've never had that before. It's really interesting.
That box ticked for me. I'm always happy when I manage to do that.
Nice.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. Thank you for being here, and best of luck for the doubleheader in Sardinia and the rest of the Extreme season.
No problem. Thanks, Timo. Thanks for your time. It was nice to chat with you.
Thanks again to Lance for coming onto the Kerbs with me, and I want to wish him the best of luck for the rest of 2022 and beyond. Join me again soon when I'll be chatting to another famous face from the world of motorsport. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and check out the other interviews on the On the Kerbs YouTube channel. If you want to hear more from me, you can listen to me chat about F1, amongst other things, over on the Undercut podcast, and you can also hear me dissecting everything Nitro RX related, including chatting with some special guests over on the unofficial Nitro RX podcast. Both podcasts are available here on YouTube, as well as over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you like to listen. You can also follow me over on Instagram at t.albers.daily.onthecurbs and read my various motorsport articles over on Is It Fast and Paddock Sorority. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next week for the next episode.